I'm a big fan of Magic, but it's so disappointing when the shit's revealed. It's
Yeah.
so disappointing because like I have a guy I really like, Shin Lim. He's like the world's best sleight of hand magician.
Yeah.
Like, dude just constantly makes shit disappear and reappear everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
it's here, and then it's there, and then it's there, and then it's this, and it's in his pocket, and then it's in his shoe, and it's behind your head, and then it's in your pocket, and it's blah, blah, blah. And I was watching this routine he does.
Yeah.
And where, like, he's making this thing go everywhere, and then it's in his mouth, blah, blah. And then I watched someone explain it,
Yeah.
and it was so fucking lame. He just has holes all over his clothes.
Well, that's the thing.
He just has, like, a hole here.
Right.
And then there's a hole here.
It's
and then
never a mental thing that impresses you. It's always a contraption that they built.
Yes.
That has like secret chambers in it.
Right.
And you're like, well, I could have built that.
Sleight of hand is very cool,
Yes.
right? Like people that do the sleight of hand, but it's another thing when it's like, oh, you got a special deck of cards with a little piece of gum, that the card sticks to.
Yeah.
When you're like, okay, that you just bought a thing.
Right.
You're just a guy who bought the right thing.
And there was a David Blaine trick that I was always impressed by, and then I learned it, and it's super unimpressive. And then I watched him do it on a special or whatever, and I saw him fuck up. If you know the trick, you can see he fucked up on his special because of the camera angle.
What's
the trick. So the trick is I'm revealing magic, which I'm not a magician, so I don't give a fuck. Fuck it.
Also, you read it somewhere. It's not like you
at the
did.
screen.
I'm not looking at the
Look
screen.
camera.
I'm revealing magic. I'm not a magician, so you can't ban me from the Magic Castle or whatever.
Ooh, I want to talk about the Magic Castle.
Also,
by the
you
way.
read about it, so it's already out there.
Right.
It's not like you did an investigative
it's
report.
on YouTube. Like
Yeah.
you can just YouTube it. So there's a trick where he takes a deck of cards.
Yeah.
And he goes, hey, pick a card.
Yeah.
Pick a card, and then you put it in the middle of the deck, right? And he goes, all right, I'm going to fold your card.
Yeah.
So that your card is folded, so it's like in the middle of the deck. So he puts it down in the middle of the deck, right? And then he closes the deck, and then he goes, all right, now. He holds it like this, and he goes, all right, now snap your finger, and you snap. And then the card jumps to the top, and the card on top is now bent.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's fucking demonry.
Yeah.
That's sorcery.
Right.
And then I learned how to do it.
How do you do it?
You do a double lift where you put two cards on top of each other. You fold both of those cards.
Oh.
So you go, all right, your card's in the middle. You put the wrong card in the middle. You put theirs on top, and then you hold it down.
Yeah.
So it's not bent anymore. So you go snap your fingers, and you let it go, and now it pops up because it was bent.
Yeah.
So you're holding the card down, and then you go snap your fingers, and you let go. It'll go like that.
Yeah.
So it looks like the card floated to the top.
Yeah.
But it didn't float to the top. It was on top the whole time.
Yeah.
You just bent two cards.
Right.
That's the whole trick.
Yeah.
But when you watch the special, you can see the camera angle. He takes the card off, and you can see he's like, "This is your card." It's like a 5 of spades or something. And he's like, "Yeah." And then you see him put not the 5 of spades. If you're looking close enough, I'm like, that's a 10 of hearts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? On the special. And I was like, oh,
Right.
shit. Because the way the trick works is you hide it from the person.
Right.
You don't hide it from the camera.
But the camera's behind you.
The camera's
right?
behind you,
Yeah.
so I caught that. But he does it really quick, so when I first saw it, I didn't catch it.
Yeah.
And I didn't know the trick, so I wasn't really paying attention.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing about magic is it's all misdirection. So
Yeah.
like trying to make you not pay attention.
Yeah, he's like blowing an elephant while he does it.
Yeah, he's
Like the elephant's like coming all over his face.
exactly, yeah. We gotta get 3 elephants for this one. This is very
And then the elephant comes all over his face. He's like, "Is this your card?" And they're like, "Oh, this guy's amazing."
it was in the elephant's dick. That's
It's a 40-minute bestiality
Exactly.
scene. You're just like, wow, I forgot that there was even magic happening.
Then the elephant disappears, and they're like, "Well, everyone does that after they come,
Yeah,
so
no.
you can't really fucking."
I guess this is on
not
brand.
that impressive.
The name of the special is Elephant in the Room.
I guess this is on a topic for your podcast, is scamming, right?
Yeah.
So that's magic.
Magic is
the
all a scam.
biggest scam.
Yeah.
I think magicians are scammers that are like, this is as legit as I can get. It's either this or I pick pockets.
Yeah.
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 You know, or do
Well,
three-card Monte,
maybe,
or just straight
maybe
up take
40,
people's...
maybe like in the 1920s. That
Yeah,
was,
I know,
It was
right?
like, well, are you good with your hands, boy? You know, you can either fucking work it on the street, or it used to be like That's always the thing in movies. It was pickpockets, and then they get into magic somehow. Like they try to rob a magician.
Do you think there are any sleight of hand people that are just like, fuck it, let me just pick pockets and make money? Like that's how they sell out?
I don't know, man.
There's a crazy story I heard David Blaine tell once about a guy, and he like wouldn't name the name because the guy's still out there, who practiced rolling die.
Yeah.
Have you heard this story?
It was on Rogan.
It was on Rogan. Yeah, it was on Rogan.
I saw him, yeah.
I just watched the clip. But,
Go watch that clip
watch
and
that
then
clip.
subscribe
But
here.
I just think that's so cool that there are people out there that like he basically learned how to roll die and like scams a bunch of casinos.
He can like predictably roll it and get the number that he wants.
I guess it's just like muscle memory, and he knows how to roll any die to get whatever number.
Yeah.
And then he scams casinos all over the world.
Yeah.
He makes millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think that's really cool. If you can do that kind of stuff with magic, like, because I'm sure these guys can count cards.
Yeah.
I'm sure they can like.
But they have defenses against that. Now they use like a shit ton of decks, and then their machine. That's why they do that, is so that you can't count the cards, because.
I don't gamble, so I don't know shit.
It's still legal to count cards in Vegas.
How could it not be?
Yeah.
All they can do is be like, "We'd like you to leave, sir."
Yeah.
Like they see the patterns and they're like, "We would really like it if you did not play blackjack
And
anymore."
and if you do, they beat the shit out of you.
Allegedly.
No, they don't do that anymore.
They don't beat the shit out of you in Vegas?
They don't do it anymore.
Wow,
That's why the crowds suck so much.
Yeah, I know, right?
No, of course. No,
they're not afraid of getting their ass kicked.
Yeah, exactly. They go there, they fucking count cards.
Yeah.
Right? They win some money, and then they heckle a poor comedian.
Yeah.
Everyone agrees that it was better when the mob ran it.
I agree.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it was violent, but it wasn't corporate, and like people would give you gifts all the time, you know.
Like a guy's finger. Like, here's your enemy's finger.
No, I mean like if you
somebody's wife.
But like if you lose 10,000, that's not a bad gift though. But if you lose like 10,000,
depends how bitchy she is.
If you lose $10,000, they're gonna give you tons of free food and free drinks, like the mafia. But if like Starbucks, like casino,
what are you talking about? Casinos comp you all the time. If you lose, they give you free nights, and there's free drinks the entire time.
I get free nights and drinks and stuff all the time, and I don't gamble.
Yeah,
because like they try to get me to gamble, so they're like, "Oh yeah, you get an extra night and you can do this," and I just don't gamble.
That's
I
great.
Just hang out. I just go to.
That's your scam. You go to the fucking casino.
And I don't gamble. I've done it a handful of times, and I lose money every time, and I don't feel like doing that ever again.
Do you think? Do you think they give it to everybody, or do you think they're giving it to you specifically because you look like? I
stay in Vegas a lot. because I'm like look Middle Eastern. Like I have like an oil. I have oil money.
All
or
those
something.
dudes love to gamble.
They do. I don't know if it's me specifically. I go to Vegas a lot and do shows.
Like,
so I'll
like
find
a Saudi prince.
Exactly. So I'll find a hotel and stuff. And a lot of times, like these hotels have deals where like, oh, you're staying for 2 nights. You want a 3rd night for free? And I'm like, yeah, fuck it. I'll stay in Vegas because they think I'm gonna gamble at their casino.
Right,
and I may put like $5 in the slots.
Right.
And they go, all right, well, that's my free room.
Yeah.
You know, but what I do in Vegas, I go to the shows. Like I go to the concerts and stuff like that. And
like the residencies, like Cher.
Yeah, I've seen Cher 3 times.
Really?
Yes.
Where at?
She's incredible at the park, MGM Park, MGM Grand Park.
Yeah.
I believe was the theater.
Okay.
And I went to see Cher 3 times. My girlfriend's mom is the biggest Cher fan.
Yeah.
So she.
You don't need to make excuses. You
Yeah,
can like Cher.
Don't
She's
even
great.
try.
I became a fan. I became a fan seeing her live because she's 74 or something. Still dancing.
Still hot.
Still hot.
Still hot.
What?
No.
How? She's hot.
You get close up.
I was like first row.
Yeah.
She was right here.
Yeah.
I was as close as I could.
I've hung out with her a couple times. It's not that great. Yeah.
I can't tell if you're joking.
No, it's.
You sound
we're
too
close
serious.
friends. We're close friends.
I don't think that's
I'm
true.
Like, Cher,
We
you
had
get
to
your shit together.
we had to put a restraining order on Cher because she kept trying to come blow us.
Yeah.
Kept trying to blow.
Why don't you return my phone calls? It's very frustrating.
I don't know what
Do
she's.
you believe?
Yeah.
Right.
She's phenomenal live. Great performer, great singer. Performing at 74 years old.
Yeah.
And I've seen her 3 times, and it was great. I became a fan. You know. It was just me.
She dyes her hair. It's still black.
Still black.
Nice.
It was just
You
me.
think it's some old woman with gray
Well,
hair?
how tricky is that? It's how insane is it that somebody could just fucking dye their hair and all of a sudden your brain interprets that as youth?
Oh, you're 25.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't
She's
understand.
74.
She's
She's
74.
on a fucking walker with jet black hair, and you're like,
Dude,
God damn,
she's
she
in
looks
shape.
good. Yeah.
She's in shape though. She's not on a walker. The shows are crazy because it's like me, everybody's parents, and then every gay person on the West Coast.
Right.
Just every gay dude is like, we gotta see Cher.
They go to every show. Yeah.
Every show. The whole gay population.
Yeah.
Just
Right.
every show.
Yeah.
Well, she's an icon.
She's incredible. And I wanted to see Bruno Mars really bad. And we were in Vegas, and Bruno Mars was doing a residency. And I was like, oh, we should go see Bruno Mars. He's a phenomenal artist. I want to say, like, I saw him at some point. And then the tickets were a minimum of $1,000.
What?
$1,000 for the worst seats in the house.
How?
I don't... and they sold out.
How many seats in the theater?
Like 500 or something. Or
So
Two
wait,
seats.
he's making half $1,000,000 per show
every night.
every night.
Every single night.
And he doesn't have to travel.
Yeah,
Like he's
just
just
a residence.
has
And
to do
they
is
they
sit-
put you up in like the nicest situations in Vegas. Like, they put you up in
Yeah.
like a huge penthouse, bring you like they cart you in like meals every day. It's
Yeah.
unreal the way that
Yeah.
you know if you get a residency in Vegas, that's fucking jackpot.
Oh, should I try to do that?
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
You
I
should
should
try
stop
to do
going
that.
to open mics and start
Yeah.
going to Vegas.
It's like everybody's mom who's like, you should
I
do
sent
SNL.
them.
Yeah, you
I
should
sent
do
them my
SNL.
tape.
Do Ve-
Yeah. I
Vegas
sent them. I
residency.
sent them my tape. They didn't
They
answer.
didn't get back.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can talk to the guy.
What it was, I think they sent me the
MGM
wrong.
or,
Well, it was www.vegas.com.
Oh, right,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Vegas@gmail.com. Yeah.
Use me as a reference next time.
The you should do SNL is the funniest thing because it's everybody's parents fucking say that.
That's
right?
so weird.
And then it's just like, oh, that's the only non-sitcom comedy that you're exposed to in the mainstream.
I
Like
think-
they're not watching fucking
Well, I
Comedy
think-
Central sketches or whatever.
I think what they think is that everybody gets their start there.
Right,
So
right,
they
right.
don't understand that it's like they're like, oh, that's where like starting comedians
Right,
go.
right.
You know, Eddie Murphy when he wasn't famous, and
Right.
it's like, no, he had to do a lot of shit to get
But also,
there.
that was SNL 45 years ago
Right.
or whatever.
Exactly.
That's the first thing. And the other thing is they don't understand that, I don't know. Not everybody puts on a wig
Yeah.
and is like, woo.
Yeah, it's
you
really
know?
weird, man. My parents are Indian, so they've been like, you should get on ZTV, you know, or something. They have a different, completely.
What is ZTV?
ZTV is like the Indian channel, and they have like comedy on there as well. And I saw Indian stand-up comedy on it, and it blew my fucking mind. Cause
It was good or bad?
I can't tell, but
Right.
it was so weird. So I was like, I saw my grandma used to watch ZTV 24 hours a day. It was just like on, you know. And it's usually like it's mostly like
It's a
Indian-
channel. It's available here.
No, you can get it on like Dish. I think you have
Okay.
to like order. You have to get like a special like
Package.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the ZTV package.
That's how you know you're in an immigrant like community is when there's satellite dishes sticking
Yeah.
out of every
Yes.
sticking out of every apartment. You're like,
Yeah.
it's an
You're like,
immigrant community, and
I
they're
want
getting
TV.
their TV.
Nigerian television.
Exactly, yeah. So ZTV has like it's mostly soap operas. My grandma would watch like soap operas, but one day I was hanging out with my grandma. I was like maybe like in high school or maybe I was probably in high school, and stand-up comedy was on. And I was like, oh, I gotta check this out. I gotta see what
Yeah.
Indian stand-up comedy is, and it was insane. It would be like set up, and then they would have sound effects.
Yeah.
They would literally be like, hey, there would be impressions too.
Yeah.
They'd be like, this is my impression of Bollywood actor Shah Rukh Khan
Yeah.
playing cricket. And they'd be like, boop. It's like,
Oh, sound effects
somebody
with
would,
their
No,
mouth.
somebody would
somebody would-
play a
Oh.
sound effect. Like, they'd have like a soundboard or something, and then they'd be like,
Oh, I thought they were all Michael Winslow. Like
no, that'd be
wannabes.
impressive. That'd be
Yeah.
really cool.
But like a whole country of Michael Winslow
Right,
stand-up
right.
comedies.
Have you ever been to the Fringe, Edinburgh Fringe?
No.
That's a big part of the Fringe. Is like people have sound cues for
Yeah?
their shows. Yeah.
Wild.
And when it works well, it's really
Dude, have you
hilarious
ever
because then your sound guy is shooting out punchlines on top of whatever else you're doing.
Have you ever been to like an urban show where they do that? I hate saying urban show, black show,
Yeah.
where they do that, where they do the sound effects.
No.
I started in
What,
Atlanta.
what type of sound effects?
So I started in Atlanta. Well, not sound effects. They play songs.
They're like, listen, we want to make this nice and easy for our audience, so we just have a button that boos you now. So, and we have another button that shakes
Yeah.
keys at you.
I was in Atlanta when I started, and I was like 19, and I went to Uptown Comedy Corner, which
Yeah.
is like the black club, the hood club there.
Yeah.
And you go there, and the host name is Shoddy. What your name is?
Yes, man. I love. Man, I got to come up with a stage
Yeah,
name. Every
so-
time I hear it, fuck. I wanna be
Shoddy,
like
what your
Tornado.
name is? Yeah, tornado
Yeah,
or like
yeah.
some kind of natural disaster.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
Light Breeze.
Yeah.
It's two names and then crowd work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
My
I'm
name
gonna
is
be-
Santi Santi. What do you do for a living?
I'm gonna be Dan. It's chilly in here.
So Shoddy, what your name is, would go up there and he'd just like start a bit, right?
Yeah.
And he'd be in the middle of a bit and he'd be like, yeah, but be in a fucking a girl, and then a pussy be like, and then the DJ would drop a song.
Yeah.
And then the dude, and he would like act out the song, be
Yeah.
like, where them hoes at? Hey, where them hoes at?
Sounds-
Hey,
yeah.
and then like it would coordinate with the joke. He'd be like,
Yeah.
you ever be up in the club and you're like, man, there's too many dudes here. Where them hoes at? Hey, where, you know whatever. And
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds so corny, but in reality,
Oh,
if I was
that
there, I
sounds
would
amazing.
love every minute
It
of it.
fucking
Yeah,
murder.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
the-
It sounds.
The coordination.
I would love that.
The
Yeah.
coordination of it's the same thing as the magic thing, right?
Right.
Where you realize this was planned the entire time, right? Like this guy set this entire thing up. This entire little story was a callback to this song that we already heard. And then when it hits, you realize like, ah, fuck, that like he was playing me the whole time. There's that realization of like, oh, you got me.
He was really good at it. Sometimes he would do like crowd work, and then like you parlay that because you have like crowd work like, oh, where are you from, blah blah, and then you parlay that, be like, well, I'm from da da da, and where I'm from, hey bitches, be like, and I'm like,
it's like way too early on. It's like obvious in the crowd work what song is gonna go to,
right?
You know?
Yeah, but he would just he had everything.
It's almost like this is a virtual reality, you know.
What song would that go to?
That would be Jamiroquai Virtual Reality.
Oh, okay. Virtual
no, he
insanity.
wasn't.
It's virtual insanity.
Fuck.
Idiot.
Guys, I'm off the podcast.
No, yeah, I gotta go. No, yeah, it wouldn't be like super obvious. It would just always like come at you, and I'd be like, "Oh yeah, this song's about eating pussy," and he's talking about eating pussy.
Right.
This guy's a genius.
Right.
And but that was really cool. I did actually go up at that show. I have a really funny story. So I went up, and I had never performed at an urban club before.
Right.
And I saw all the comics that were going up, and they were like mad hype. Like they'd go up there and like dance and shit, and they'd like throw up their hands. They'd be like, "What's up, motherfuckers?"
Right.
And like shit like that. So I was like, all right, I gotta go out like that. I can't go out like, "Hey guys, so I've been talking to my girlfriend."
Yeah.
So at the time, I used to like pop and lock. I used to like
Oh no.
yeah,
He's doing it now.
I used to do a little bit. So
Do a little bit more for us.
all right, here we go. All right, so
This is just for the GIF.
yeah. So I he Shoddy, what your name is?
Yeah.
Calls me on stage, and he's like, "Give it up for Neel, Nanda," and then the DJ drops beat. I start fucking going. I start like airwalking. I can't moonwalk, but I can the sideways moonwalk. I start doing that. I throw him a rope, and I start pulling myself to him. Right. I start pulling myself to him. Then I get to the host stand. I get to Shoddy, what your name is? I take his head. I start sucking my dick with it. And the crowd's losing it. They're like, what the
Wait,
fuck?
hold on.
So like,
what do you mean
it's,
you shot
it's,
his
it's
head
a
like-
kill you
it's
after
a
the show,
breakdance
man.
move. It's
Yeah.
a breakdance. It's like, when you like breakdance battling,
But
you're supposed to do like
you like mime his
I
head.
mime his head sucking my
onto
dick.
your
He's not
dick.
going along with it.
No.
He's not sucking your dick?
No, he's upset. So I do this like this is the move. You go like this. And you go And you make a face like you're getting your dick sucked. So
I go farther, you turn him around, and start fucking him in the
yeah,
ass.
yeah. I take his ass. I just start, whatever. But no, and then I did one more move. Which is an original move.
Yeah.
And this is a Neel Nanda original. You kids, if any b-boys out there, you could take this one.
Massage his prostate.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, so I give him a colonoscopy.
Yeah.
So I
Tell him he's got cancer.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
malignant.
Way
I
too
call
far.
his mom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Thank God.
Gets a little funeral, and you give a eulogy.
Drive the hearse and pop lock into the hearse. Yeah.
Then you do like the African dancers. with
Yeah.
the-
Oh
with
yeah.
the hearse.
Pop locking the 5 stages of grief.
Yeah, exactly. Depression accepted. But so I do this one. I go like this, and then I grab his balls, right?
Yeah.
And I start juggling his balls.
Oh, this is awesome,
The
man.
crowd is losing. This is a Neel Nanda original. So I start juggling his balls.
Yeah.
And then the move so that's not even really that big of a diss. I'm just juggling your balls. Here's the diss. I go, wait, where'd your balls go? What? You don't got any balls.
Wait, you say it or you mime it?
You mime
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
You mime it like, oh, where?
Yeah.
I go like,
You're
Yeah.
communicating so much.
I'm communicating. Yes, and the crowd's losing it.
Yeah.
They're losing their minds. So then I do my set. It's okay. I didn't bomb. I didn't crush.
I mean, how are you gonna follow that?
I couldn't.
Then
honestly.
you just go up and you're like, so my parents
My-
are immigrants.
literally, what happened? Literally, I mean, I think I went out.
Sometimes my father's like, you got to get a real job.
Yeah,
You're
dude.
like, what?
You're not a doctor. I
Yeah.
kill you.
Yeah.
So I had like a mediocre set. It was fine. It wasn't bad because I was telling this story to a comic that was there. I was like, oh, you remember that time, blah blah. And I was like, and then I had a bad set. He goes, no, it wasn't bad. It was like okay. And so it was an okay set, and I closed strong. I had a good closer, and they liked me. I was like, thank you, good night. And I was like only like an 8-minute set. And then Shoddy, what your name is, gets on stage. He goes, hey dog, good set. Don't ever do that gay shit ever again. Yeah. He said like, and he took the microphone. He was like,
Oh, on the stage,
on
he's
the
told
stage.
this to you.
He didn't say it into the microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had the microphone. He like moved to the side. Goes,
I think he probably had to show the audience that he was not cool with that gay shit.
No, because he didn't say it into the microphone, like, or he didn't like, or maybe the audience knew what he was saying to me.
Yeah, I think yeah.
Possibly, I don't know, but he was upset.
Yeah.
I never did that club ever again.
Meanwhile, if I'm upset that you did not do that we booked you on 2 shows, you don't pop lock once.
I know, and it was a good pop lock. I mean, it was, and I wasn't like making him suck my dick because I wanted him to suck my dick.
Yeah. No, it's just the funniest thing you could do.
It's the funniest thing you could do, breakdancing.
Yeah.
There's another move you could do with your hat where you like take their face and you go like this and you go. like now I'm ugly.
These are great. Why do you talk during your sets, man? You have all this great material.
I know.
You should exclusively do pop locking and magic.
You're right.
That should be your
pop locking and magic.
Your new
I mean,
set.
we would definitely have you close every show. Yeah. You're not gonna beat that.
This is the day that I came into my. This is when like it's like he figured it out.
You need a new manager, man.
I know, right?
Yeah. Less words, more pop locking.
Right. Yeah. Let me get. You know the Jabberwockies? Let's get open for them.
You would do great on America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
If the pop locking comic.
Oh, that'd be wild.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's
you just take Simon Cowell's balls. Where'd your balls go, Simon?
I have a really funny America's Got Talent story, and it goes along with being scammed too.
All right, let's do it.
We don't do those here. No, I'm joking.
It's so funny. So I go, I do a show in LA at the West Side Comedy Theater, and somebody at the show was like, "Hey, I'm a producer at NBC, and I'm doing America's Got Talent. You're really funny. You should audition." And I was like, "Yeah, but I don't want to spend like my entire day with 100,000 people, like, because that's how
waiting in line,
for like all this stuff." I was like, "I would love to audition. That'd be cool, but like, could I send it a tape or whatever?" And she goes, "All right, you know what? Here's my card. I'm gonna give you a you're gonna cut the whole line. We're gonna give you like a fast pass where you're gonna cut the whole line." So I'm like, "All right, cool." And then she's like, "Yeah, here it is. And email me, and then I'll send you the email where you get a little fast pass to cut the whole line."
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
if I get to cut the whole line, I'll go in,
Yeah.
get out in an hour, you
Yeah.
know, and then I'm done, you know,
Yeah.
like, and I got it or I didn't, you know, no big deal. So I go to this convention center. There's like 5 billion, like the whole population of Los Angeles is there.
Right.
There's a billion
of
people
course,
there.
Of course,
Of
LA.
course.
Of course, why not? Yeah.
Exactly, and it's not just like, obviously it's not just comedians. There's a child's Asian going in the hallway.
Right.
Shoddy, what's your name?
No,
and
it's
there.
every failed actor, every failed mime, every failed musician,
every failed Olympian.
Yeah.
There's a girl stretching.
Right.
And there's a fucking.
I do
there's a guy
trapeze.
like lighting shit on fire real quick, and I'm
Yeah.
like, so I'm watching this. I'm like, oh, well, fuck you guys. I'm about to cut the line.
Yeah.
So I go up there and I'm like, hey, what's up? I got this little thing on my phone from the producer to cut the line. They're like, okay, that's the line for the cut the line.
Yeah.
And it's bigger.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh, no.
it's
Yeah.
literally just as big or bigger. It's like they gave these out to 40,000
Of
people.
course,
Yeah.
it's just like, hey,
It's a
you're
scam.
special. It's a scam. Yeah.
Did you leave?
No, I was already there. You
Yeah.
know, and I was far. I lived on the west side, and it was downtown. So I
How
was like,
long did you stay there? Did you wait? Did
I
you
did
Did you
audition.
perform?
Okay,
How
so
long? How many hours were you
I'm gonna
waiting?
say 3 to 4 hours.
That's not terrible.
It's not terrible. It was 3 to 4 hours, and they kept moving us in different rooms. Like, all right, now you're gonna go in this room, and then I'm in this room. There's a guy playing acoustic guitar.
By race and gender.
Yeah, I'm like, and then like you go into the room and it's just the worst guy.
They're
Like,
like, we're gonna
playing
put you on this
guitar.
train. We're like, what?
Wait, what do you mean? Like he's rehearsing before his thing?
There's a dude. I went to a room and there's a dude playing guitar. And he's like, "Hey guys, you guys want to sing along with me?" And we were like, "No." And then people were like, "Yeah."
What song?
I don't know, just some bullshit like fucking, you know, I love rock and roll. And like 80 people in the room are singing and people are clapping. And I'm like, I want to kill myself.
Everyone's in a good mood. It's
Everyone's
the
in a
worst.
great mood. I'm like, I've been here for I'm supposed to be the front of the line.
Aside
you know?
from comics, everyone in show business is a fucking cornball.
Oh yeah.
No, including comics. There's a lot of cornballs
Sure.
in our industry.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like to exclude us. We're pretty crazy in cornballing
Sure.
too. But anyway, so this is the funniest part. So I end up getting in the room, and it's like 3 producers who like screen you before you get on the show, right? So there's like these producers, and it's like a well lit room, and we get up in like a line, right? Like
Yeah.
a diagonal line, and we all step forward to do our talent, right?
Yeah.
So like this dude goes up and he's like just steps forward. He's like, "Yo, my name Devontae. I'm a rapper." And they're like, "Okay." He's like, "I spit at bars, going hard in this motherfucking paint like." And they're like, and then they're just like, "Okay, thank you, Devontae. Appreciate it." Yeah, everyone claps.
Yeah.
And then like this girl was like, "I'm a slam poet." And she came up and she was like, "The raindrops, they beat TikTok on my heart." And then the producer was like, "Good job, everybody." My favorite one was this guy, I swear to God, was like, "Can we turn the lights off?" and they're like,
Starts jerking off in front of everyone. Okay, now turn them on.
honestly, that would have been better than what he did. So he goes, can we please, can we turn the lights off? And they're like, yeah, what are you doing? He's like, I'm going to do a light show. And I was like, oh, okay. This is about to be crazy. I'm expecting something wild. Like, I'm like, this dude's about to do a fucking light show. Here we go. So then they're like, okay, I will turn the lights off. And he's like, I need everyone to clear the space. So we cleared out, got to the corners of the room because I'm like, this dude's about to do some like fireworks or something. I thought something crazy was going to happen. It goes pitch black in there. I swear to God, he starts playing Star Wars music, pulls out a lightsaber and just starts playing with a lightsaber. Yeah. Not even good. Yeah. Not even good. You're like, just all around the room. And then they turn the lights back on and he's like, he bows. The man bows, dude. And then everyone's like,
it's the thing, man. You get autistic kids, but that's also probably great footage for them.
Because
they always have a B-reel of the worst shit you've ever seen.
I guarantee you, we don't even get to see the worst shit.
You don't even get to see the worst shit.
Because it's so mean and so depressing.
It was a little sad. It was that one was a little too, but I was like, I will never forget this.
Meanwhile, the way you describe this, it's like a police lineup.
Right? It's like a police lineup.
Were your heights?
Yes,
like,
it was literally. No, I wish, yeah. So
at the end, there was like a girl that steps forward. It was him.
I know. I was like, no, I just don't
the lightsaber guy. We had a feeling.
Right. So then I had to just like go up and tell jokes to 3 people, and then everybody else is behind me. I have no audience.
Yeah.
It's just 3 people, and they're like politely laughing. Yeah. And then I leave, and I never heard anything. And I just wasted 5 hours of my day. I thought I was gonna be in the front of the line. I was scammed.
No, okay. Yeah.
I was scammed. Yeah. It was a because they were like, because he was like, you're not gonna have to wait in a line. Like, you just go in and get out.
Yeah.
And she was like, I was like, are you sure? Because I've heard like people wait 9 hours and blah blah. Blah. She's like, no, you go in and you get out. And I guess 4 hours is good.
Hey man, who knows how long the other line would have been?
Yeah, the other line could have been like 10 hours or something.
But the bigger problem is that America's Got Talent itself is just a massive scam.
Yeah, it's definitely a massive scam.
Or just anything that is centered around like, hey, somebody's gonna pick me.
Yeah,
and it has nothing to do with like.
There's nothing more depressing than like large crowds of people who all think they're gonna make it.
Yeah, I also auditioned for American Idol once.
How was that? To sing?
No, I'm not a singer. Okay, so I was dating a girl who she was like in musical theater and she wanted to do it, and she was like, I really want to go American Idol.
Go before me to make me look good.
Right? Yeah.
She's like, can I follow you?
Exactly. So we get there.
I will always love you.
Yeah. So we get there and. She had signed up online and everything. This was like, I was in college, so this was like 2009.
Yeah.
And so we get there, and there's the same, it's like the American Idol. Ryan Seacrest is there.
Right.
There's a huge crowd outside. He's like, we're here at American Idol. And he's like standing outside, and everyone's like, woo! In the background shit. I'm like out there, like, and stuff. And it's like in Charlotte, North Carolina, I believe, is where we went. Because they're like trying to find people, just trying to discover people in different places. So we go to like Charlotte, North Carolina. We drive from Atlanta there. And she's like got her song prepared. She's like drinking tea and like doing all this shit
in the car.
And so we get there and we're in line, and then she had signed up before, so she's doing it. And then we get to like the front of the line. They're like, "All right, you signed up?" And she's like, "Yeah." And then they're like, "Are you signed up?" And I was like, "No." And they're like, "Do you want to?" And I was like, yeah. I waited in this fucking 6-hour line. I might as well fucking audition too. So I go and audition, and I'm like, all right, this is my plan. I want to be on American Idol, but not as a singer. I can't sing. I'm a pretty bad singer. I could carry a tune, but I can't sing. I'm not like good. So I was like, let me.
The melody is perfect, but the timbre,
the tune's not. Yeah. So I was like, let me try to be like one of these funny dudes on the show where they like do something ridiculous, right? Yeah. Like the pants on the ground guy who went viral, who's like pants on the ground, looking like a fool with your pants on the ground. You guys not remember this guy?
No,
I do not.
He's from Atlanta, so I remember him, and he got like William Hung. She bang, she bang.
Okay.
So
like, you want to be so bad it's funny that they put you on. They put me on. You get a credit,
and then I get a credit, or like people are like, hey, that's that fucking guy. And I was like, I think that'd be really funny.
You are an opportunist. That is pretty opportunist shit. You'd be like, let's see if I can make a fool of myself enough to get a career out of it. Yeah.
So I go there, and it's the same situation, like police lineup of people, and everybody's serious, which is the funniest part. Because and I'm not even in her group.
Well, that's the craziest thing is the idea that it's like you watch the show and it's like a cattle call. It's like literally thousands of people, and they're all sitting there and they're like, I'm the one.
I'm the literally.
But like with
so many
no
delusional people.
with no awareness of the situation, no
Right.
sense of irony
But
whatsoever.
somebody is the one.
So, okay, sure.
I think you
yeah.
have to be delusional. Like 20 of them get to the top 20 or the top 30.
Right.
So it's like you got to be a little delusional sometimes. You know, I don't.
But we're
but
talking
yeah,
about the way.
the vast majority of them.
But the way it works is like 0, but that's like 0.00. It's basically no one's
It's like
the
going
one.
and buying a lottery ticket and not being like, well, it's a fucking long shot, but we'll see. But being like, I just bought a winning lottery ticket.
Right.
With like a smug look on your
like,
face.
yeah, I got this.
I got this.
It's like,
So-
no. Do you understand? I bought it.
Yeah.
It's like,
So-
no,
half the
don't care,
people
doesn't
have
matter.
never performed in front of anyone clearly, you know, like they
Right.
just sing in front of their mom. And
Right,
they're
and their mom's like,
"My mom
"Hey, you
loves
should do
this."
it."
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
it's probably the singer's version of "You should go to SNL."
Right,
That's
exactly.
probably what it is.
Yeah.
It's probably like, "You should go on American Idol."
Yeah, and meanwhile they tried doing that as a show with Last Comic Standing, and it was all professional comics.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
could you
Dudes
imagine
that
like a comedy show like that, but you can't have ever really done comedy?
Right.
What a fucking disaster that would be.
Fucking,
Just-
it's pretty funny.
That would be fun to watch.
It'd be fun. I'd watch that.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I get up there and I'm like, all right, what can I do to get me on TV? Like, what
Yeah.
song will work? And I was like, oh, I got it. I'm gonna do Fergalicious.
Yeah.
That's the song.
Yeah.
And you know, like Fergalicious is like Fergalicious Death.
Can I ask?
Yeah.
Do they provide a backing track or
No.
go
because
it's acapella. It's
yeah.
straight acapella.
So you go into a room and there's like 4 producers, like,
Yeah.
and you're in a group like a police lineup, like
Yeah.
just like America's Got Talent. These
Yeah.
shows all work the same,
Yeah.
and you all step up one by one, and they're like, all right, go, and they'll tell you when to stop. So you have like 30 seconds to a minute or whatever, and everybody's serious. So everyone that goes before me, like a girl comes on, she's like, and they're like, great, thank you. And then the next guy's like, 525,000 hours. And I'm like, all right, thank you, sir. And then I go up and I'm like, Fergalicious Death. Fergalicious Death. Fergalicious deaf. And I just kept doing the deaths because like, oh, that's what's gonna make it on the show.
Yeah.
Is a dude who does way too many deaths. I'm like deaf, and I just didn't stop deafing.
Yeah.
I did not stop. I was like deaf. Fergalicious definition. And I like went into the song, and then like they were like, all right, thank you, and like no notes or whatever, and I go back in the line, and then everyone keeps singing or whatever, and like one person got through, like, I think you got something here, so we're gonna see you, blah blah blah. And then they were like, and you we think you're really. They gave notes to every person, like, we think you're really great. And then they came to me like, hey, we really like your style, and they're like, we really love your confidence, and like, it's just like next time, just come back next year, just like try to take it to the next level,
Yeah.
And I was like.
The most generic things.
Yeah, it's the
like,
most generic shit,
Yeah.
You were a great, man. You were making noises up there, breathing
exactly.
in and out.
Hey, man, we heard you.
We
Yeah,
love your 2 eyes and 2 ears, man.
dude.
That's,
Hey, you have a mouth. I mean,
the
that's
fact
part of it.
the fact that you were here.
Yeah, the fact
I
that-
mean, really.
It says,
It's like noise waves were entering through the air and into my ears. Good for you, man. Good
Yeah.
for you. Yeah.
So I didn't get through, but I thought that would be funny, and I think maybe one of the things I noticed is the people that do get through on the crazy things were wearing crazy outfits.
Yeah.
Right.
Me-
It's
so
like
you gotta
you
show
have
up
to be a
like-
spectacle.
Yeah, people would show up in a chicken outfit, and then I would see like a bunch of singers get through, and then like a dude in a chicken outfit.
Well, what's funny
Meanwhile,
is
if you went in a chicken outfit and then you got past and your girlfriend didn't,
oh, that would have been
that would have been
funny.
that would have been the
I
beginning
was
of the
it,
end.
yeah, it would have
Yeah.
been. She didn't get past.
Yeah.
And it would have been so funny if I got past doing Fergalicious Death.
Yeah.
is it the same girlfriend you're dating now?
No.
Okay.
So
Fuck that bitch.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah,
that
fuck
bitch.
that bitch.
You'll never be a
fucking singer.
No, she's a very good singer. She's very
You went up to her and
talented.
said, "Did you get through?" No. Okay, we're done.
Yeah, we're done. That's it. I
Okay.
drove to North Carolina for this.
But I
Yeah.
mean, that's the funnier thing is that you go there and you're gonna be like, I'm gonna be the crazy guy, and then there's 18 people in chicken
there's
suits.
so many
like,
crazy
the
guys.
Fucking, everyone's like, I'm gonna be the fucking crazy. It's like you can't even be the fuck up. You can't even be the mistake that
can't
they're like,
even be
this
the-
guy was
yeah.
so lame. You know?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, that Star Wars guy you were talking about, he was
Yeah.
probably driving his girlfriend there.
Yeah.
And he was
Yeah.
like, "I know how to get on this."
Maybe.
Yeah.
He's
Yo,
like, "I'll
what
do
if he
the
was
Star Wars
fucking
thing."
with? Because
Yeah.
he was like,
You
clear.
should team
he's
up.
on
You
the
should be a
spectrum.
duo
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
him.
I should do
you sing
comedy while he's-
Fergalicious while he
Yeah,
I,
lightsaber. I could
does
not
the light
believe
show.
he said I'm gonna do a light show, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be crazy. Like turn the lights
Listen,
off.
man, some people
I,
are just autistic kids in their mom's basement, and that was the one time he got out that year.
Yeah.
I used to bartend in Boston, and the first shift they ever gave me was on a Sunday afternoon, which is like the slowest time at the bar. And this was a bar that played music. And what happened is they had like an anime DJ come. So it was like a guy who plays music from like animes, and it was 18 teenagers, all like that lightsaber dude, basically jumping around the room and doing like
ninja
moves.
Were you serving them?
Wow.
They were drinking Shirley Temples.
That is
Like, I was
hilarious.
giving them
Were they adult? Were they kids?
Yeah, they were like 15-year-olds.
Oh, okay.
So it was like
That's
during the
gross.
day.
That's-
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's fine. That's cute.
That's
Yeah.
cute. Yeah, that's sweet.
but I think there's like an entire scene that probably we're not tapped into
Right.
of people who
Oh,
just
yeah.
like to do. It's big on TikTok too. Is like talking like an anime character.
Oh,
or
yeah, I've seen
whatever,
that a
all
lot.
That shit. I wanted to talk about two things.
Mm-hmm.
I was because we were talking about magic and being a scam and stuff. What do you know about the Magic Castle? Have you been there?
I've been to the Magic Castle.
They also got Me Too recently.
I don't
they?
know. I had to be filled. I don't know what the Magic Castle is.
Oh, so Magic Castle is a very famous magic
It's like
place.
a club.
Venue,
Like you have
magic
a
venue,
comedy
yeah.
club for comics. There's a magic club.
Right. So it's like a magic club in
Okay.
Los Angeles.
You have to get passed, right?
You have to get like pass and everything. And you have to like do like some amateur night and stuff like that. And then like eventually, you get passed and then you do the big shows. And it's up on the in the Hollywood Hills. It's like up this hill off of Hollywood Boulevard. It's like very exclusive. You have to wear a suit to get in.
Right. If you go in without a jacket, they'll lend you a jacket.
They'll lend you a
Oh,
jacket.
it's one of those
Yeah.
places. Yeah.
Yeah, and you have to wear a jacket. You have to wear pants. If you're wearing shorts, you can't get in.
But
But
very
it's-
Friar Club.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like old school, but like tacky, right? Is
Yeah.
my
Yeah,
understanding
yeah,
of
Friars
it. It's
Club.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Magician Friars Club. I got
Yeah.
it.
Exactly. So my girlfriend's cousin is dating a magician who's passed there.
Yeah.
So you can only get in if you're invited.
Right.
You can't get in unless you're invited by a magician. So that's literally the rule is that you can't get in unless you're
Yeah.
invited. And so everybody's like, does
So
anybody know a
ridiculous
magician?
sounding.
I'm
Yeah,
trying to go on a
yeah.
date. Like, does
Yeah.
anybody
Yeah.
know? Like, I hear that all the time in LA. Like, hey, does anyone know anybody who could invite me to this shit?
Oh wait, because what? Like a guy wants to take his girl on a date, and
so
he's like, "You got to find a
You gotta
magician
find a
to
magician
get you the
yeah.
fucking
get you in.
tickets."
So I gotta like text my buddy. I gotta text
Yeah.
my girlfriend. Be like, hey, could Josh get my buddies into this?
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, I'll text him. And then he's
Yeah.
like, yeah. I mean, they want to refer, but it's like constant referrals like that.
Yeah.
Like somebody knows somebody who knows this magician.
They
And-
had to build a system. Like being a magician is so useless that
Yeah,
they were
had
like,
to put this up. How do we get ourselves connects?
"How do we have somebody call us?"
Right.
Like,
Oh, yeah. How do
they
we,
come up
meet
with an
people?
entire
Yeah.
little scheme where they're like, "All right, well, how about this? You
That's
can't
how
watch."
I got a girlfriend.
Yeah, you can't watch magic unless you know a magician. It's like, what
Right.
kind of fucking retarded rule is that?
Well, it's very Los Angeles because LA is all about exclusivity and
Right.
everything. Like we have shows like if we've had shows where it's like secret location, secret
Yeah.
lineup, we'll sell out.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, come to my show. And no one's like, nah, I don't want to fucking come to that.
Right. It's really I mean, our fucking show, you have to DM us for the location.
Right.
We started doing that because we didn't know if we were gonna get busted or not.
Mhm.
But it's also like people feel like they're cool.
They
and
know some shit.
They're like,
Yeah.
oh shit. It's like you literally saw a public Instagram account
Yeah.
and we're like, hey, where's the show? And we sent you a map.
Right.
But it's just like so many shows are like location released 1 hour before the show. It's somewhere
Right.
in Bushwick.
Super
Ooh.
secret lineup.
Yeah. And then it's
fucking-
just it's a
Yeah.
apartment or somebody's
Exactly,
backyard
yeah.
or something.
And then, but everyone
Yeah.
is like, oh, we're fucking
Yeah.
dating. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you heard you got the thing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fucking DM'd him.
Right.
But yeah, so the Magic Castle is like super exclusive. You have to know a magician
Yeah.
to get in. And what was your question about the Magic Castle?
I don't know.
You
What
just
do
wanna
you know about it?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I will
Yeah.
say it's pretty cool. So I did go, and there's magic everywhere
Yeah.
when you get in. It's like very like Hogwartsy
Yeah.
in like architecture and everything.
Right.
And there's like fucking like
The
lanterns and fucking.
You go to the
know.
bathroom and it's just a guy.
Yeah.
He's just like, fuck, you tricked me.
It's like
He's covered in
eyes
white.
wide shut instead of
Yeah.
fucking. It's just card play. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
Guy in a mask. You know.
and the whole venue is like super dimly lit
Yeah.
when you get in because of magic. It's
Yeah.
all sleight of hand, like it's all illusion. So like the less light, the
Right.
easier it is for people to pull shit off.
Right.
So like so the whole place is mad. Like there's different showrooms. It's like a comedy club with 3 rooms. Like the Comedy Store has like 3
Right,
rooms
right.
or whatever. But this is like more majestic and castle-y.
Yeah.
And then like downstairs is like the amateur room, and then there's like the main room is like huge, and then there's like another side room where it's like people working out stuff
Right,
or whatever.
right.
It's kind of like the Comedy Store. It's like they got the belly room, small room. They got the
I'm
main
working
room.
on a new bit. Like 3
Yeah.
doves die, and they're like, it's
Oh
it's
fuck, man.
they're like, it's still.
Oh,
But
all right, throwing that one out. That one's not
imagine
working.
if they live though. That would have
Yeah.
been a great.
Yeah, that'd be
bit.
cool if they flew away, right?
It's like, man, you gotta change your bit, man.
Yeah.
You've killed like a dozen
Yeah,
doves
dude.
this week. I think you need to give up on it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's not
so
working.
we end up going. So like when you get into the Magic Castle, you're allowed to go to every room.
Yeah.
So it's not like at like a comedy club club, it's like I bought tickets to that show. In the Magic Castle, you go to this show, and then it's like then you go to this show, and then you go to this show, and you like pick whichever one you want to go to. Right. And it's really, I had a good time, but everything in there was magic. The bartender doing magic.
Oh, really?
The dude seating you does magic.
Right.
Like everybody in there is a magician, and it's all like secret. It's like, did you like someone will just come up to you and be like, oh, did you get a drink? And I'll be like, yeah, I got a Jack and Coke. Like, this Jack and Coke? And I'm like, oh shit! All right, thanks, man.
Everything is behind your ear.
Yeah,
like, what's this?
Constantly.
Your room key. Yeah.
And like you just be talking to someone random, and they do it like conspicuously. They're not like, hey, I'm a magician, I'm blah blah blah. They'll be like, oh, did you lose your wallet? And I'm just like, oh fuck, dude, what? Come on, come on, bro, whatever. I'll be like, oh, I like your watch, and I'm like, oh,
wow.
and shit like that. So they just do a bunch.
They'll take your watch.
They'll take your watch. Yeah,
That's
it's all
wild.
them take someone's watch. Yeah,
you leave nude.
They're
like,
did
man,
you forget to tip?
Yeah,
all of a sudden
I know, right?
your watch is gone.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, like the whole vibe is like magic everywhere, and then we go into like the different rooms, and you could definitely see the difference like in the professional like it's like seeing like the celebrity comics and then seeing like the open micers. And the downstairs was like a smaller black box, like 50 seat.
Oh, for black comics.
Yeah, for black.
That's where black comics. And all the audience is booing. They're like, we fucking saw you put it in your pocket.
Right. The magicians have like sound effects. He's like, yeah, you know when your fucking watch goes into the pussy, like put that watch in that pussy hole. Hey, put that watch in that pussy hole. Yeah. So but the downstairs, it's like I'm like working on their stuff, and they're newer, and you like see a lot of similar tricks, and you're like, oh, that's cool. And then you go into like the main room, and you're like, oh shit, there's like fucking like lightning and fucking like split in half and like a smoke effect.
Do celebrity magicians stop by Magic Castle and like
apparently
like popping by? We got Penn and Teller.
Yeah. Oh, Penn and Teller definitely like they like a lot of magicians start there at it's like the Comedy Store or something. It's like it's like a lot of
you're a regular there.
Yeah, you're like a regular. So like a lot of them go back. It's like it's like Jim Carrey started at the Comedy Store.
Are there bar magic shows?
I'm sure.
I think magicians they can street perform and make money.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right.
I'm sure they do bar magic shows. Like
almost any other thing, you can just fucking do it on the street and make money. And then in comedy, if you try to do comedy on the street, you're just like, hey, how's it going?
You're just an insane person.
People just spit at you.
Yeah, no, thank God I have not. But yeah, the Magic Castle is really cool. It's a great spot for a date. And I had a really good time.
Is this an advertisement now?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
I had a really good time, and the thing that makes it cooler is
enter promo code Neel.
Right, exactly. Yeah, when you check out.
Sneaking in sponsors, huh?
Right. But the thing that makes it really cool is like I had a really good time, and like I want to go back because it's so hard to get it.
Right.
It's legitimately it's the exclusivity. It's legitimately like I gotta text fucking my girlfriend's cousin and ask her nicely and hey, how you been? Oh, cool, yeah, a long time. Hey, quick question. Like I gotta do that to get a ticket to the fucking.
She picks up the phone. Who's like, you want a Magic Castle?
Oh, and then you have to pay, by the way, to get it. It's not like the magician puts you on a list.
Right.
It's like the magician's like, all right, cool. Here's the link for $20 or whatever, and he has like a secret magic link. It disappears in 4 hours or whatever the fuck. But yeah, I saw a lot of cool magicians. I saw a lot of really cool tricks out there. One trick that blows my mind, and magicians won't tell you the tricks. They're really so I know. So my girlfriend's cousin's dating a magician.
Why would they? Why would they tell you the trick?
I don't know.
I'll be like, hey man, you want to see how I make my living?
Yeah, I want to know how you do this one. This one blows my fucking mind.
I just want to ask David Blaine how he does everything.
Right. Yeah. This one blows my fucking mind. So, like my girlfriend's cousin's boyfriend is a magician. He does this trick, and he told me it's super simple. And I'm like, and he's like, oh, if I tell you, you're going to be like, oh, the magic is lost, and it's very simple. And I'm like, it cannot be super simple.
What is it?
And I asked him, I was like, is it a plant? Is it a thing? He's like, no, it's not a plant. It's just a very simple trick. So you get somebody from the audience. He's like, all right, like Santiago, like think of somebody from your childhood. Like think of somebody unique from your childhood. Somebody with a unique name, not somebody like a Jake or a Michael or blah, blah, blah. And so you think of like a weird name, right? And then he goes, he's like, all right, cool. I feel something on my arm. I don't know what's going on here. And then he's like, oh, I got this dust. And he throws the dust on his arm, and it spells like Maryland or some like crazy name on his arm. And then you're like, holy shit, I was thinking of Maryland. Like, well, how the fuck did you do that? And I'm like, so it was a plant. Like, they're gonna say Maryland, and they pretend they're acting. It's like, no, it's not a plant.
Everyone knows a guy named Maryland.
Yeah, everyone knows a guy
named Maryland.
Yeah, so and it's always like a weird name, like Santiago or like whatever the fuck, and it'll spell out on his arm, and I'm like, I don't even need to know how you got the name on the arm. I need to know how you got the fucking name.
You go up to the person beforehand and you say Santiago, Santiago,
Is
Santiago,
that what
Santiago,
is
Santiago.
Is
And
it
you
like
say,
is it a
hey,
mentalism
say a
thing?
name.
He probably goes, "Hey man, I will pay you $200."
No, he told me it's not a plant. And,
Yeah.
and I've listened to other magicians say, "Oh no, that's an easy trick. It's not a plant."
Yeah.
Or they're lying to me. Maybe
Yeah.
they're lying. Maybe that's the fucking trick. Maybe they're fucking lying
He's
to
got
me.
He's got every
Right.
name on every single part of his body.
I know. I'm trying to figure it out. He's like, okay, that's Marilyn. That's Michelle. That's fucking
Ursula.
Dave, that's
Fuck,
Ursula
this is
on
gonna
my
be
dick.
difficult.
Yeah. Ursula, all right, this is about to get X-rated, guys. He's like, I wasn't expecting
it's
Ursula.
on,
All right.
It's on his tentacle.
Yeah.
I was gonna say taint, but yeah.
Tentacle.
But yeah, that trick blew my mind, and I still don't know how to do it.
I bet we could find it online.
Possibly?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
I'm not even concerned about how you get the name on there. That
No,
seems
I get
easy
it.
to me.
Yeah, if you know the name,
Yeah, you
just
can figure out
You
how to
write
get
it
it
in
on.
fucking
Yeah.
glue stick.
Yeah,
and then
glue
you
stick
put
or
glitter
something.
on it.
Yeah, chapstick, glue stick, something
Yeah,
like that.
no, that's obviously not the hard part.
That's
The
not
hard
the
part
hard
is how do you
part.
get the name
How'd
to
you know
sync
it
up.
was Ursula? How'd you know it was Marilyn? How
Right.
did you know?
Yeah.
Blows my mind, man. That one really blew. And one time I did figure out one of his tricks.
Yeah.
And I was like, I figured out how you did that. He goes, how did I do it? And I told him. He goes, that's one way to do it. And I was like, I figured it out. I figured it out. I watched a lot of YouTube tutorials, man. I know what you did there.
But yeah, what was I gonna say? They're getting or there was like an article in the LA Times that like the Magic Castle is canceled because
What?
of like rampant sexism.
Really?
With the staff.
Sexism, as in like, are they being like sexual assault or like?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't
yeah,
fucking
check your pockets.
I don't
You know,
know
like
What's this in your bra?
yeah,
My hands.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I don't know, but it's also funny that it's also like, what did you expect? It's the nerdiest place on earth. Like, and it's also like an old school like top hats and lady.
Yeah.
Right. It was okay to do that
it's
in
like,
1702.
It used to be called the Incel Castle before.
Right,
And then they rebranded it to the Magic Castle.
Right.
Yeah, it's
I didn't
magic.
know
We
that.
don't get more
I didn't know they were
pussy.
getting Me Too. Are they're staying open though?
Yeah. I think a
go.
guy
I
stepped
wanna
down
check
or
it
some
out.
shit like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, famous.
He made his scandal disappear. That's good.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Not bad. But the Magic Castle is cool. If you guys are ever in LA, I do know a magician remotely that I can
nice.
get you in.
Oh, wow.
Still expensive.
Am I supposed to be
How much
impressed
is
by
it?
this amazing hookup?
It's solid, probably like $40, $50 for tickets.
Whoa.
Well, the thing is, you get to see 3 shows.
All right.
So it's. I felt like
Yeah.
it was fair.
All right.
I felt like it was like,
and you get sexually harassed.
and you get harassed. Yeah. And you get,
So I mean, that's really what you're paying
and
for.
you get your prostate checked.
Yeah.
But you go. You see 3 shows. It's like a whole night. You know,
Yeah.
it's a solid 2-3 hours.
Right,
Like
right,
each
right.
show is like an hour long. You get
Yeah.
to see 3 of them, and then there's a bar, and you
Yeah.
can hang out. There's food too. I
Yeah.
think in the ticket included you get dinner.
Oh, nice.
So
All
you
right,
pretty good.
So
That's
it's not
decent.
bad.
Yeah.
So it's literally like a
Yeah, if you-
great. It's like $100 for a date night, and then you gotta buy drinks, of
Yeah.
course, but you do get dinner and 3 shows.
Right.
So I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Let's do this. You had a scam story, right?
I did. Do we have time? How long is this?
Yeah, we got time.
We got time.
We'll cut out.
Okay. So I have
We'll
to
cut out everything but this.
Okay, great. So I do have a scam story, and I cannot use real names
All right.
because it's insurance fraud.
Yeah.
So this is not a scam where it's like someone got scammed, it's where someone scammed.
Yeah, that's great.
And so I'm going to make up names.
Yeah.
Give me a name.
Lucille.
Lucille.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have a friend named Lucille.
Was it this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. Hold on. I got some,
Oh wait, that's the real name.
I got some dust.
Oh no, last name too. Why is the
fuck.
address there?
Oh,
That's
no.
not good.
I don't know. There's her handle.
Yeah.
So Lucille.
At Lucille Steels.
So Lucille's mom
yeah.
Smoked cigarettes, right?
Yeah.
But Lucille's dad didn't like it. Okay, so Lucille's mom would smoke cigarettes in her car, and her dad hated the smell, and he was like, "Oh, I hate that you smoke cigarettes." So Lucille's mom would try to cover up her car's smell all the time.
Yeah.
And one night, Lucille's mom, let's say she's driving a Honda, right? So
You're
I'm
so
trying-
worried
That's
about
great.
giving it away. You're
Yeah.
mispronouncing car
Honda,
brands.
Honda.
A
Yeah.
Honda.
So she's driving a Honda, and so
She was driving a Corolla.
she's so Lucille's mom is driving a Honda, and the Honda stinks. It smells so much like smoke. And so Lucille's mom has this brilliant idea to light a candle
Yeah.
in the garage in the car,
Right.
and just leave it in the car, and then it'll
Yeah.
get the smell out. She'll blow it out.
Like
no
a
big
scented
deal.
candle or something. Yeah.
Scented candle, and Lucille's mom goes to leaves the candle going, goes to bed.
Yeah.
The car explodes.
Wow.
Of course.
The garage catches.
What do you mean, of course?
I didn't know
Candles
that.
make cars
I
explode.
didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't know
That's
that.
why the mob always carries candles. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Duh. So
Okay, so the car explodes.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So the car explodes. Overnight, the garage catches on fire. The house is on fire.
Yeah.
Fire department comes, puts it out.
Yeah.
The fire department couldn't figure out what happened.
Yeah.
They were like,
It's so random that they're like, oh, this is classic candle in the car.
right,
Yeah.
exactly.
They're
They
like,
couldn't find any evidence of like.
This fire smells like vanilla.
Yeah,
Right.
I know what they think. He like cigarette smoke made the car smoky. Put a candle in it, burnt down.
Yeah,
I got it.
done.
I got it.
Yeah.
Open and shut
Classic.
case. Yeah.
Classic.
Okay, so
So the fire department couldn't figure out what was going on, so they determined that it was a malfunction with the car.
right, like a spark plug went off. or
Spark
some
plug
shit.
went off or
Yeah.
something happened. That specific car had a
Yeah.
history
Oh.
of malfunction.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so Lucille's mom sued Honda,
Oh, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Honda for some ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah.
Kept the candle secret to
Yeah.
herself. Didn't
Yeah.
tell anybody
Yeah.
until after the lawsuit, after the settlement where
Yeah.
they made fuck ton of money
Yeah.
because you burned my house down, you
Yeah.
fucking this, you
Yeah,
got a
yeah.
lawyer, and they didn't even have to go to court because Honda was like,
No, they're
"All right."
settling out of court because
They're
they had a
selling
bunch
it,
of
yeah.
other cars.
They had it
already had
happen
that
to
issue.
this specific brand. They were like, "Fuck, this is what we give people.
Yeah,
We're so
yeah.
sorry. We're fixing it.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
whatever." And so Lucille balled out
Yeah.
and now drives a Tesla.
Yeah. Oh,
and
that's-
it's like a whole thing.
By the way,
Or
what a scumbag move and something you would expect from someone who smokes in their car.
right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's basically the scam.
That's
I mean,
amazing.
It's insurance fraud.
That's great.
But it's because
I got to defend Lucille here.
yeah,
We don't know what caused the car to explode.
that's true.
We don't know.
If the fire department can figure it out.
Yeah, dude, I don't think
Could've been anything.
I don't think putting a candle in your car is
don't
gonna
think so
make
either.
it explode because it's like how would it work? The candle melts down and
You
then
didn't-
catches onto the upholstery and then the entire car gets so hot that then the gas tank explodes. Like,
Yes.
Is that what happened?
That's probably what happens. Also, you didn't see the size of the candle. Maybe it was like gigantic.
well, that's
wick.
why I don't
It's like
understand.
a blowtorch.
That's why I don't understand why the fire department couldn't figure it out. They couldn't find like wax or
well, I mean everything's fucking
What you-
charred and burned to shit.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't think there's like they're looking for wax, and also if it's wax in a garage, they can't be like, oh, you lit a candle in the car.
yeah, I
Right.
guess it's pretty hard.
It's
to
such a
determine, yeah.
stupid thing to do.
right that they would
that-
never think they'd be
yeah.
like, oh, there might have been a candle in the car.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
it's
not
like finding
burned.
it out because they were lighting their farts in the
Oh
car.
yeah,
or
even if
something
there
like
was
that.
an unlit candle in the car, you would
Mhm.
still have just a fucking wax.
But
there.
you'd be like,
So
yeah,
there's-
I bought a candle.
Yeah, you couldn't know that it was melted and that was
Right.
the source of it.
You
Yeah.
couldn't know. Yeah, that's
and
true.
also, so there is a chance that that's just the car fucked up and then she happened to have burned a candle in it.
I don't think so.
That's-
I don't think that's
What a
a pretty
coincidence.
weird coincidence.
That's a huge coincidence.
pretty weird
Yeah.
coincidence.
Yeah.
Pretty weird coincidence. But they scammed Honda.
Yeah, Yeah.
Not the not
Yeah.
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
another car brand, but
Yeah.
they scammed Honda and they made a lot of fucking money.
you can tell us. Lucille used to drive a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
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 You don't have to be humble here.
No, I mean
Stop smoking your Lamborghini. It smells
Yeah.
a lot of candle in it.
Yeah.
Right. So that was a scam. I mean, it's a pretty wild story. I've never told that. On a
How much
podcast.
money did she get?
Undisclosed. I don't know.
Oh,
to be
you don't
honest.
know.
I do not know. But
But her
they-
house burned down.
Yeah, but
Well, no,
but
did the
they
entire
were-
house burn down or just the
no,
garage?
just the garage and there was smoke damage and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But the company paid for all the repairs
of-
and paid for they got new furniture,
Yeah.
new fucking the whole kitchen got redone because there was
Right.
smoke damage in the walls. So they got a new kitchen,
Yeah.
great marble, blah blah blah, all this bullshit.
they
Beautiful.
replaced the candle.
They replaced
there
the
was a candle in
candle.
that car. I think.
Oh yeah, I'm claiming
you
one.
owe
And
me
there was one
that.
candle too. Yeah,
yeah. One extremely flammable candle you owe
right.
me.
Yeah.
yeah, you owe me.
Okay. Yeah. It
Yeah.
was lit when I had it. So.
Yeah.
it was- yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like half lit. You can give me a half lit candle.
Yeah.
But yeah, they redid the house they did burn. The house burned, but then they put them up in a hotel for like a month or two.
Wow.
And refurbished the entire house.
Wow.
And got so like any clothes that had smoke damage or anything, got all that fixed.
Yeah.
All the property that they lost, paid them
all,
for
all
that.
your real Gucci masks.
All my real
were-
Gucci
were
masks,
fucking-
yeah. All of Lucille's real
Yeah.
Gucci masks
Yeah.
were replaced.
Right.
But yeah, Lucille got a pretty good settlement out of it, and now drives a nice car. And
That's.
you know,
I mean, that's great, dude. That's a victory.
it's a victory because
It's because
these companies
it's
fuck
these
over
corporations.
these
given-
corporations fuck over so many
Dude, those cars probably exploded while people were driving them and killed them. And so,
well, there were a lot of cases of like the hood would catch fire while someone was driving it, or the hood would catch fire in someone's garage, and it was a specific car, and like I don't know why there was like
the Honda Boom Boom.
Yeah, the Honda Boom Boom.
Should have bought that.
It was a Honda that like it wasn't like all of them would, but like 10% of them, which is like way too many.
Yeah.
So they were fucking people over. I'm sure people got injured. I'm sure people died. I'm sure.
Meanwhile, this person, Lucille, is like, ooh, I got one over on this car company. And the car company's like, oh, fuck. We put out cars that explode. And we just paid somebody. We just paid someone to hush it up. So they think they're fucking getting away with murder.
Exactly.
Because they literally are getting away with murder.
It could have been murder.
What
if she was fast asleep and the house caught fire and she died? You know what I mean? It's like there was that part of the lawsuit as well.
Right.
Also, like if you're gonna rip someone off, it's like insurance companies. Everything's insured. So even the insurance company, they're insurance companies that insure insurance companies.
It's not,
So everything's being taken care of, and also it's built into the equation. Like that they have whatever or algorithm that there's like some broad that's going to smoke in a car and rip them off. Right. And it's kind of fucking them up if you don't do that.
So by the way, I just want to say this is not a real story. It's never happened.
Yeah.
It's just so I'm a comedian. This is a joke. It's pretty funny, right? Everyone's laughing. All right, cool. Everyone's having a good time.
It's not that bad.
I love that.
Last week's guest was a guy who murdered a bunch of people.
That's how rappers, their album is like, I killed this guy and I killed this guy.
Right.
And then they get taken to court and they're like, it was just poetry.
Yeah, that was my character.
Yeah, exactly.
That was my character.
Yeah, cop killer.
Yeah. Cop killer G.
Like names a specific
Yeah.
people.
I'm Herbert Von Cop Killer. Okay, that's different.
It was a Key and Peele sketch about that where like it was like very specific. Like the guy was rapping, he's like, I pulled up to East 7th Boulevard at 7:43 p.m. Got out of my Dodge Charger and killed him in the fucking He did this whole rap and he's like, we know it was you. And he's like, no, man, it's just how I rap, man.
It just flows from me like the truth.
Yeah. But so this is a joke. I'm a comedian. Ha ha ha. Everyone's laughing. Never happened. But yeah, I think it would have been really cool if Lucille really got one over the car company. Because the thing is, you're right. They fucked so many people over. They have billions of dollars. Honda's fine. They're not gonna have a problem.
Right. It made no difference to it. It made no one's life worse. It made Lucille's life better.
Yep. Absolutely. I mean,
it's a victimless crime.
There was the trauma.
Insurance fraud. It does feel like a victimless crime.
Yeah, it does. There was the trauma of like, having to live in a hotel for a few months and moving out, blah, blah, but it's like
getting spa treatment,
Yeah,
massages. There was that trauma.
Whose fault is that? You burnt your house down.
Yeah, you burnt your house down.
Yeah.
That's your fault, Lucille.
Yeah, it's like, I'm really inconvenienced by the way I burnt my house down and how someone else is paying for it.
Exactly. So they were fine, but like they had to move out and everything, and they're okay now. It was fixed in like 3 months or 4 months or something. They fixed everything, so it wasn't like it wasn't like years of struggle or anything. Right. It was like 4 months later. Now they have a new kitchen and all this new.
It's a happy ending.
All this new money. It was a happy ending for sure.
Yeah.
It was a fucking hurricane that ruined her house. She'd never get the money.
Right. Yeah. But speaking of speaking of victimless crimes, I watched a documentary about a guy who would scam like credit cards. Like he would make he would get your numbers and your whatever.
Yeah.
And he'd use and just buy like, $500 here, $1,000 here, blah, blah. And he was like, I do this because it's a victimless crime. I steal your credit card information and I buy a couch for $500. You call your credit card and you're like, hey, I didn't buy that couch. And they're like, oh, okay, we'll give you that money back and we'll get you a new card. So now that guy can't use it anymore, but he already got his thing. And you didn't spend any money.
Right.
So he's like, no one got hurt except for the banks.
The credit card company.
Yeah, the credit card company. So the banks, he's like, but the banks don't fucking care. The banks have so much fucking money. And it's like, I just do. He's done it apparently he's done it over like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Really?
And he's like, everybody I've done it to has gotten their money back.
But, what, he calls?
Yeah, he's like,
hey, just call him.
That was me. I'm the guy.
Yeah. He was I heard you got your card stolen. I was just making sure that they gave the money back.
Okay, now I don't feel so bad.
The reason he says that is because if the card gets shut off or stopped or whatever, he's like, oh, they must have called and got it canceled.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that they got the money back. Some places are just like, well, yeah, you should.
Sorry, we'll cancel the card, but
because they're either charging it back to the fucking store, right? Because it's also like. Those stores are supposed to verify the signature, right? So I think they can get them on well, did you match the signature? Right? I think they can do that.
To verify the signature.
Yeah.
You can't say yes. Like, yeah, I did.
it's on file. They're like, show us the receipt and that the signatures match. Like, there's ways of fucking. You don't know who they're really fucking
you can also
over.
order stuff online though.
Yeah.
So I guess I don't know how that works.
I don't know how it works either. I'm sure there's insurance.
I
and all
did
that
have
shit.
that happen to me. I was at a restaurant in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And I was traveling. I was going from like Atlanta to like New York to like DC and whatever. And so my credit card company called me right after I left Atlanta. Or I was like LA to Atlanta. I was traveling a lot, and they were like, "Hey, we see some like suspicious activity on your account." I'm like, "No, I'm just traveling. I'm fucking killing it. You know, it's cool. My life is amazing."
It's really 400 surfboards.
And they were like, "Yeah," and they're like, "No, somebody in Texas bought a couch." And I was like, "What? No, that's not me. What the fuck?" And apparently, the last place I had made a purchase before that purchase was at a restaurant in Atlanta, and they think that the server
took down the numbers.
That's crazy.
You just take a picture of the card and you have all the information.
You have all the every server could be a fucking scammer.
Everybody that you gave your card to could be a scammer.
Yeah, because like especially a server because they go to like another room and slide it.
Right,
you know, so it's like. I never thought about that. Now I'm like suspicious of restaurants.
Well, now you just do.
You look at the bill. You're like,
do the tap, and it's fine.
Yeah. You look at the bill. You're like, who ordered the couch? Did anyone have couch?
Who? It's so funny that what scammers buy are fucking couches.
Yeah.
It's
weird.
I mean, they're very expensive, I guess, but it's also like such a massive piece of furniture. Just buy like 1,000 laptops. Buy 20 laptops, and you know,
every scammer is super comfortable.
Yeah.
He's like, as long as I got my couch, man.
Yeah, I think it's just like they just want to make one big purchase.
I bought an above ground pool.
Right. I think they just want to make like one big purchase per.
Right. Because it's like get the most expensive thing, and then it's gonna get shut down.
You really only get one thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? But they do it 50 times, they get 50 things.
Right.
And I mean, a lot of time, they'll eventually get caught.
But also, the more you use it, the more it's likely you're going to get caught. If you have someone's credit card, then all of a sudden there's a trail. But if you do one boom and done.
You go to 20 stores and they're all like 20 feet from your house.
Yeah. Go to your bodega.
Yeah, exactly.
Get a coffee.
Apparently got a bacon, egg, and cheese.
Finally, I'm so hungry.
I was going to say this. You know that this used to be a thing. People would, on ATM machines, right? I mean, M stands for machine. On the ATMs, they would put a little thing in front of where you put your card in. So when you put your card in, it reads.
It would read the thing.
It read all the details, take it out, and then they come back and download all the data, and then now they have all your card data.
That's genius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, I remember that scam.
Yeah.
I like the scams out there.
There's a lot of ways to make money.
Yeah.
And have you ever had like a shitty job?
Yeah, I had a lot of shitty jobs.
You have like a minimum wage job or something, and you're like, I can't believe I'm doing this.
Yeah,
like, there has to be a better way.
Right.
Every manual labor thing I've ever had, I was like, I could just be on a bike selling drugs to people.
Yeah.
And then it would be I'd be getting fresh air, my back wouldn't hurt, and there's like no harm.
Yeah. I almost got one of those like phone scammed. You know when they call you and they're like, I don't have a car in LA. Me and my girlfriend share a car.
Auto warranty.
Yeah. I get an auto warranty. I'm like, we want to check if I got a car. Like, it's my girl's car. It's under her name. Like, call her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I get the auto warranties. And one time I got one because I had student loans, because I went to school and it's expensive.
Yeah.
So somebody called and was like, hey, we were calling about your student loans. And I was like, oh, this could be real.
Yeah.
And he was like, I need you to verify your date of birth and your social security number.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, you tell me what's my date of birth and he's like, I have it right here. I just need to verify it with you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, you're calling me though. Yeah. And they're like, yeah, look, we've been trying to reach you, and we were trying to get your, so I gave him a fake date of birth and a fake social security, and he was like, okay, great, Mr. Nanda, we have, and I was like,
that's
all right,
great.
bye.
Oh,
yeah.
wow, that's
I was
good.
just like, January 3rd, 1984.
And meanwhile, some guy you gave away his social security number.
Yeah,
my entire
right?
bank account gets drained.
Exactly.
By huge coincidence, has got the same name.
Yeah.
And he's got
the
the same
other
date
Neel
of birth.
Nanda. The other Neel Nanda.
He's also got the same the date of birth matched the social security.
Yeah.
Well, he's like, why does this other Neel Nanda keep on giving away my information?
When people call me, I just give them Dan's information.
Yeah.
Just to be safe. I'm like, my name is Daniel Louis Veza. I give him his actual.
Yeah. But I almost got scared. I almost gave him my real shit, and I was like, let me just try this. Because if he's like, no, that's not correct, I'll be like, oh, this might be real. But he was like, okay, so it looks like you have a student loan for $4,000. Like, we're willing to reduce it.
Did he have the number of your loan correct?
No. Nothing. Not the school, not the loan, not the nothing. And I was just like, as soon as he did that, as soon as he was like, okay, so we got this, and I was like, all right, bye. I just hung up. I was like, all right, this is this guy.
Every question you ask is like, what university did I go to? Oh, you need to tell me.
I have it right here. I can verify it with you. Exactly. It was
like
just
poo poo pee pee university. You're like, got it, sir.
He's like, yes, absolutely, yeah,
Absolutely.
great campus.
The other Neil actually went there.
I
He's
know.
like,
Fuck. I was trying to pay that off.
Summa cum laude.
A guy covered in shit and piss.
$4,000 in debt.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, why did I get my degree in poo poo pee pee? Yeah. Is this no one's gonna hire me.
Right. All right. Anything else? You guys got anything else?
I got some. I mean, I gave you some good scam. Lucille story is pretty
Yeah.
wild.
That is
Magic
good.
No,
House.
these are
Absolutely.
great.
It's
I'm not
scams.
saying like that's
Yeah,
enough.
yeah,
I'm just
no,
making sure.
I
You think
came loaded.
Yeah.
You think we're dissatisfied?
Yeah.
With a button? There's a trap door.
Wow,
Yeah.
You got any more
Well, that's the
scams?
end of
dude?
that.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Come on.
Yeah.
We're counting
Oh, my
on
mom
you.
almost got scammed like a couple weeks ago. It was
What
pretty
happened?
funny. She just texted me. She goes, "Is this a scam?" Which
Yeah.
is great. I'm glad she did that because
Yeah.
it was like an email. It was like, "Hey, send us your credit card information and we'll give you 1 Bitcoin."
Yeah.
And I was like,
right.
"What the fuck?" No
Yeah.
one's giving you 1 Bitcoin. She's like, "I've been thinking about getting a Bitcoin."
It's so funny how all the language is geared towards old people.
Yeah,
You know?
we'll give you a Bitcoin.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah.
Werther's original coin, the new
Yeah.
thing. You're like, oh, I gotta get in on
I
this.
gotta try if they're
Yeah.
gonna give it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine.
Does she know how much a Bitcoin is worth?
Yeah, I told her I was like, it's
It's
$60,000.
$60,000. You think they're just going to give you $60,000?
Yeah.
They're
You
just
know there's
giving
a-
them away.
There's
Yeah,
a-
well, that's how they get people because they
Yeah.
don't know. They're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, 1
Yeah.
Bitcoin, sure,
Yeah.
1. That,
Yeah.
that seems like a good deal.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, there's a bunch of them that it's like, hey, grandma, it's me. I need money. I'm in jail.
Right.
And it's like so funny.
Because
Yeah.
grandma's senile.
She's
like,
like,
do I
"Oh
have
my
a son named Josh?
God."
Do I have a grandson named David?
It's me, your favorite grandson.
Right.
You know, the one that calls.
Yeah.
From jail.
I'm in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm emailing you from jail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please send money to this Nigerian account.
Yeah.
My grandson's in Nigerian jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of scams out there.
Yeah.
Yo.
All right.
Thank you
Hey,
for having me, man.
thanks for
This was
coming on the
fun.
podcast. This was great.
I had a blast,
Super
man.
fun,
Maybe
fun
we'll
stories.
Do it again when I move here.
Yeah, dude.
I say
Sure.
move here like live here for 3
Temporarily.
months. Yeah.
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 Meanwhile, speaking of a scam, you're just trying to think, I'm going to be moving here. I'm new here. I'm new here. You're going to continue that for a
I
year.
will say,
You're going to milk that for a while.
living in a city, like living in New York is way easier than visiting. Because when you're here, everything is a shock and everything is like, you're like, fuck, I got to wait for the train. Now, whenever I take the train, I know to like take shit with me or
Right.
you memorize all your route. You start doing everything automatically without thinking about it. And it's just there's all these like initial stresses that go away once
Yeah.
you kind of like get used to living
I mean,
there.
I visit here constantly. So
Or
I-
it will destroy you.
Yeah, or it will destroy you.
or a lot of
and-
people just, they,
And you will quit and leave and go home.
a lot of
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
move here for 6 months and then they're just like, fuck this, never again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I'm trying to do like 2 or 3 months. I
Yeah.
don't. 6 months I think is way too long.
Yeah.
I think I'll start to hate it by that time.
Your girlfriend gonna come or?
She's gonna come for a little while.
Yeah.
She can work. She works virtually, generally, but
Yeah.
she does do like events and stuff in LA.
Yeah.
And they're starting to come back.
Nice.
She was like, I probably can't come for the full 3 months.
Right.
Maybe a month.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, so it'll be nice, and then we can split that rent. It'd be nice.
Are you gonna get your
Yeah.
own place of your own or
I'm
just a
gonna
room?
I'm gonna get my own. I'm gonna sublet
Yeah.
a place. And
What's your budget here?
Like 1,500 would be
Alright,
would be
nice.
fine.
You can get a place for that.
You like it looks like Bushwick and like Brooklyn areas, like Crown Heights, and like
Yeah.
even like just other parts of
Yeah.
Brooklyn. And Bed-Stuy and stuff is like 1,000-ish
For one bedroom?
for 1 bedroom.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Sublet? No.
1,500. Oh,
1,500?
listen, somebody might be giving you a deal because they're
Mhm.
fucking
You're
holding
gonna-
on to their place.
You're,
But
yeah.
to live alone, I mean, you can probably get a small studio for like 14 or something.
Yeah.
you know?
Okay.
Yeah, and speaking of scam, if you're seeing somebody that's going a room by yourself with a bathroom and kitchen in Bushwick for 1,000, that is a
Yeah.
scam.
There
Yeah.
are a few like where it's like a 3-bedroom and like you're gonna have 2 roommates or whatever that are like 1,000.
Well, yeah, but then that's a room.
Yeah,
That's a
Yeah,
room.
that's real.
rooms are about 1,000,
Mhm.
and then to live alone is like 15 to
I
2.
want to live alone.
Yeah, yeah.
1,500 is like what I like to. If it's 16, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
kill myself.
What do you pay in LA? Oh.
24, but I split it with my
Split it with-
girlfriend.
yeah.
So it's not.
It's insane how fucking high rent is. Like, imagine when you were a kid, somebody telling
I
you
know.
$2,400. It was like all the money in the world, and now it's like, oh no, that's every month.
Yeah, it was 10
that's your baseline.
Yeah, it was 10 cents for a Coke back then.
No, it wasn't, man. I remember when I started living alone, my room in Boston was $525. And then rooms that I was looking at in New York were like $600 to $800, and now rooms are like you really. it's
Dude,
hard
but
to-
we get so much more space in LA.
yeah, but
so
you
much
also
more
got to
room,
fucking
like
drive.
double the room.
Right, you got to
Yeah.
drive, and you got to
You gotta
know.
drive. Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah.
We have a parking space.
But
Yeah.
also, LA's gigantic.
It's gigantic. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't
So
get
there's
yeah.
space to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You save money. You don't have to get car insurance, gas, all that stuff.
Right.
Parking, all that shit
Yeah.
here. You just gotta pay a fucking Metro card like $30, like whatever, $90 a month or whatever the fuck it is.
It's like 130 or something.
That's not still not bad. It's not as much as like insurance and gas and parking everywhere in LA. And then also you if you want to drink in LA, you got to Uber everywhere. There's no train system.
Yeah, that's true. It's easy to get fucked up here.
Up. Yeah. It's not easy to get fucked up in LA. Like anytime you want to get fucked up, you got to add $40 for back and forth Uber. Sometimes $50, $60, you know. But you know, you'll split it with people. It's fine, you know?
Well, that's why I drink alone at home.
Oh, good.
Yeah, all day.
Trying to save
day.
money.
Yeah. I'm just that's what I say to myself.
Yeah, I'm on a budget.
Yeah.
Just fucking mainline heroin in my own bathroom.
I'm frugal. Yeah. I'm frugal.
Awesome. So yeah, we'll be hanging out. I'll be here,
your life.
and I'll be bugging you to do your show constantly. It'll be a good time. I felt bad about bombing on your show, the first one.
You didn't bomb. You did
bomb.
fine.
I had to know. I had just flown in that day, and I was so exhausted. I didn't even shower. I just came straight to your show.
Yeah.
And then I made it a point. So I was like, I felt like a bomb at that show. I was like, oh, that feels like a bomb. And so like I was like, all right, the next shows I cannot bomb. And then when I came to your next show, I was like, I can't bomb tonight. They're gonna think I'm fucking horrible if I bomb twice.
What's funnier is we have these big park shows, right? And then we've set up the indoor show. We were like, we just want a place where we can fuck around. And then
I mean, that was basically what that show is.
We booked 5 comics, and then everybody else was just doing their A material. And I was like, well, you're making this much harder for me than I would like it to be. I wanted to just I was reading new material off my phone.
Oh, at the park show?
No, not at the fucking indoor show.
Yeah, our indoor show was basically built for us to be able to develop new material.
To work shit on.
Yeah,
so you
because
can do bigger shows,
so when you do a bigger at that park show, it just fucking sucks doing new material and bombing in front of 150 people.
Yeah.
But it's also then it's
people
just,
were doing their A material.
Yeah,
I was like, there's 12 people here.
People were
Let me
ripping
just
with A,
fuck
and
around.
it's like, can you guys fucking
This
write
is
something new? Like, why are you making this so hard for everybody?
Fallon's Booker's not here.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, chill, just have fun. Yeah,
chill out. Do some new thing that you might think might work or something.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thanks for coming.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
This
was fun.
So fun, dude.
Plugs.
Yes. You can.
I mean, this is fucking gonna go out wherever. But where can they find you?
You can find me on I always just say Instagram at Neel Nanda. I post all my shows, all my clips there. You can subscribe to my YouTube. I have 2 hours of material there. I'm about to drop probably another hour when I get back.
Nice.
And I mean, I don't use Facebook, but if you want to follow me there. My website, neelnanda.com, and all my shows, everything that I'm doing is out there. I also have a little half hour special that I edited and put on YouTube.
Nice.
Check that out. That's a good way to figure out the kind of stuff.
What's it called?
It's just live at the comic strip.
Okay.
If you want to check that out, it's on YouTube, Neel Nanda live at the comic strip, and follow me on Instagram.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
You should have gone last.
No, it's better.
Follow me at Daniel Lewis Veza.
And at Santiago is Dead. Thank you guys for listening. Come to the shows, subscribe, all that. All right. Bye-bye.
Peace.
Bye.